The movie begins by showing the past when mainland China was divided into two great empires, Nanzhao and Beiyan. For hundreds of years, the two kingdoms continued to fight, thus making the mainland stricken with poverty because it became the battlefield. After conducting diplomacy many times, the two kingdoms agreed to a ceasefire by agreeing to a peace treaty. However, the agreement only lasted for 10 years, and relations between the two kingdoms heated up again after the new king of the Beiyan kingdom took the throne and continued to provoke a war with the Nanzhao kingdom. In Phoenix, the royal capital of Nanzhao, there is a new king who is very young and seems inexperienced to rule a large kingdom. The young king then appointed a man named Guan to be a professor and a royal advisor. One day, an envoy from the Beiyan kingdom who was ordered to kill the king of Nanzhao came to the Nanzhao kingdom disguised as a presenter for the king. The two envoys then threw fire sand which was repelled by the royal guards. The two hitmen were later caught and killed. After the incident, Grand Tutor Guan said that the attack was a declaration of war from the Beiyan kingdom and proposed to hold a royal examination to elect a warlord. The king agreed and assigned Grand Tutor Guan to take care of the matter. After receiving the order, Grand Tutor Guan went to the royal tower to spread this message to the entire clan using the messenger eagle. Each participating clan representative will be selected to become a warlord to lead the royal army. Elsewhere, in the settlement of the King Yuan clan, one of the clans in the Nanzhao kingdom, a young man named Dong Yilong was so into trouble in the village that he was nicknamed a bad boy since childhood. Yilong is an orphan because his mother died after giving birth to him, while the identity of his father is unknown. The village head, who had received a message from the messenger eagle, gathered all the clan members and conveyed the message that each clan must send 3 members to take the exam to become the commander of the kingdom because the war was about to break out. Yilong volunteered to participate in the selection as a clan representative with great enthusiasm. Though doubtful initially, Yilong assures the village chief that he will work hard to make their clan famous and respected. He hopes his origins can be revealed if he joins the event. In addition to Yilong, the second representative of the King Yuan clan is Chang Qiu, chief of village security, and a third representative named Chu Hun, a former royal soldier who was considered a defector, so he was exiled to the village. Chu Hun immediately offered to be a representative after hearing Grand Tutor Guan's name mentioned by the village head. Before leaving to participate in the selection of royal commander, Yilong went to his mother's grave and took an old comb that belonged to his mother on top of the tomb. Meanwhile, the village chief gave a broken spear belonging to Chu Hun's older brother, who died on the battlefield, to Chu Hun. He hoped that Chu Hun could carry on the fighting spirit of his elder brother. After that, the 3 representatives of the King Yuan clan finally departed for Phoenix City, the capital of the Nanzhao kingdom. Chang Qiu says that in the kingdom, there is a mystical forest that can answer all the questions asked. Hearing that, Yilong was even more excited because, since childhood, he never knew who his father was. The journey to the city of Phoenix, which is very far away, is challenging for Yilong and his comrades. One day, the 3 of them had to pass through a desert inhabited by a giant scorpion monster. When the monster attacked them, Yilong and Chu Hun managed to survive, while Chang Qiu was pulled into the scorpion monster's lair in the ground. Yilong, who wanted to find Chang Qiu's body, was forbidden by Chu Hun because if they failed to arrive at Phoenix City, all the clan members would be in danger of being considered a traitor to the kingdom. In the evening, while Yilong and Chu Hun were resting, Chu Hun revealed his purpose for participating in the selection. He apparently wanted revenge because 10 years ago, his older brother, who became the warlord, led an army in the war against Beiyan. However, the army led by Chu Hun's brother ended up unnaturally losing the battle. Chu Hun found out that his brother's defeat was caused by Guan, who did not want his power to be threatened by Chu Hun's older brother. In the morning, Yilong and Chu Hun continued their journey. Suddenly, a girl named Jinggong was being chased by a group of men from the Lizard clan. Jinggong is a wandering girl who stole a badge from the Lizard clan because she wanted to participate in the warlord's selection in Phoenix City. Not long after, a huge sandstorm occurred and buried the Lizard clan's group. Yilong tried to help one of the Lizard clan members who was almost carried away by a sandstorm. After the sandstorm subsided, the Lizard clan gave a horse so that Yilong and Chu Hun could arrive at Phoenix City faster as a token of gratitude for saving one of the Lizard clan members. Arriving at the gates of Phoenix City, Yilong and Chu Hun saw the bodies of 2 spies from the Beiyan kingdom hanging above the gate as a warning sign that no one would dare to defect to the kingdom. After entering the city, Yilong and Chu Hun headed straight for the resting place that had been prepared for all the participants. Yilong asked about the mystical forest's existence to several people there. However, everyone he met explained that the forest was just a fairy tale. Apart from Yilong and Chu Hun, several representatives from other clans were also in the inn. Not long after, Jinggong, the girl who stole the Lizard clan's badge, was seen fighting with the Lizard clan for the badge. She turns out to have a fighting ability that cannot be underestimated. Even the Falcon clan chief, Wen Tianyu, ended up joining the fight and managed to retrieve the badge and return it to the Lizard clan. During the commotion, Grand Tutor Guan finally arrived at the place with his beastly pet. Everyone seemed to be kneeling to show respect except for Chu Hun, who was planning to attack him but was prevented by Yilong. Grand Tutor Guan then expressed his gratitude to all the clan representatives willing to come and informed them that the first exam stage would be held the day after tomorrow and in the place provided. That night, in the inn room, Chu Hun is angry with Yilong and says that he would not hesitate to kill Yilong if he tried to hinder his revenge plan. Yilong asked Chu Hun to control his temper because if he had directly attacked Guan, then the entire army, even the other clan members, would definitely not remain silent and would instead attack Chu Hun in unison. Yilong added that he had no intention of hindering Chu Hun's plans for revenge and reminded him to do so at the right time. The next day, Yilong and Chu Hun traveled around Phoenix City to look for new members as they were short of members as required. Meanwhile, secretly, Jinggong followed Yilong and Chu Hun. She then made Chu Hun unintentionally raise his hand while the slave auction took place. Because of Jinggong's annoyance, Chu Hun had to buy a slave girl named Bi Nu. The look in Bi Nu's eyes turned sharp when she saw Chu Hun's spear, which made Bi Nu reminisce about her past. After that, Jinggong went to Chu Hun to apologize while offering to become the third member of their group. At first, he refused, but after seeing her abilities and considering the exam time, it made Chu Hun agreed. At night at the inn, Bi Nu secretly kept an eye on them and prepared a dagger to kill Chu Hun, but he finds out and thwarts her plan. It was revealed that 10 years ago, Chu Hun's older brother, the spear's owner, had killed Bi Nu's father in the war. Bi Nu, who witnessed her father's murder, clearly remembers the spear used to kill her father and wants to take revenge. After knowing this, Chu Hun intends to atone for his older brother's sins and promises to give his life to Bi Nu after he kills Grand Tutor Guan. The next day, the clan representatives gathered at the exam venue. From a distance, Bi Nu prepared with her arrows to aim at Chu Hun, who said that he would kill Grand Tutor Guan during the exam. In the first exam stage, the participants will be tied with each group member to overcome the obstacles. Each group may attack each other with any weapon to be the first 3 groups to successfully cross the obstacle and take the next test. When the test finally started, several groups fell directly to the bottom of the arena and were stabbed to death by sharp irons. When they reached the center of the arena suddenly turned, and giant iron balls appeared as the next obstacle. The Rose clan became the first group to successfully complete the exam, followed by Yilong and his comrades, who managed to save one of the participants who almost fell to the bottom of the arena. The last clan that managed to get past all obstacles was the Falcon clan, which sacrificed one of its members' legs because it was caught in the iron barrier. All participants who fail will get a loser mark on their cheeks using a hot iron. Meanwhile, the participants who passed received a badge from Grand Tutor Guan. Chu Hun looked like he was still having trouble controlling his emotions and intended to kill Grand Tutor Guan on the spot, but he was again restrained by Yilong. Meanwhile, Bi Nu, preparing to draw her bow, abandoned her intention after seeing Chu Hun, who had not yet killed Grand Tutor Guan. At night at the inn, Chu Hun blamed Yilong and Jinggong for wasting his chance to kill Grand Tutor Guan. According to Yilong, if Chu Hun succeeded in becoming the commander-in-chief of the kingdom, his chances of taking revenge would be greater and easier to carry out. Elsewhere, Bi Nu secretly eavesdropped on Chu Hun and his friend's conversation and made her confused because the reason for her revenge was not that strong. Moreover, the killer of her father was not Chu Hun. Bi Nu is now actually questioning maybe the hatred that is inside her that makes her tormented. On the following day, the second stage of the exam was held in the Forest of Death, guarded by a giant snake that was once used as a weapon of war. The rules are quite simple. Each clan will enter the forest through a different door to retrieve a giant snake egg, and the clan that can retrieve the egg first will be declared the winner. It seemed that Yilong's group had safely entered the Forest of Death until Jinggong saw a beautiful flower spread the poisonous powder. Chu Hun tried to protect her from the poison of the flower. The helpless Chu Hun tells Yilong and Jinggong that the antidote is in the forest. After knowing the characteristics of the antidote, Yilong and Jinggong immediately went to look for it. In another part of the forest, the Rose clan managed to go further into the forest, but they are trapped in a man-eating bush. Meanwhile, the Falcon clan, who noticed the existence of a man-eating scarlet bush, managed to escape from the plant and enter the cave where the giant snake's egg was located. Shortly after the eggs were taken, the giant snake mother chased them. Yilong and Jinggong, who were there, picked up the snake egg that slipped from the Falcon clan's grasp after the mother snake chased them. Because they were holding the egg, they were chased by the mother snake. Yilong and Jinggong finally managed to get the snake trapped in a hole so it couldn't catch up to them anymore. Jinggong, who saw the antidote planted on the snake's body, took it and gave the antidote to Chu Hun. After that, Yilong helped the snake to get out of the hole with the help of Jinggong and Chu Hun, who had been feeling well. The giant snake was successfully removed from the hole, and the 3 of them asked the snake to lend the egg for a while, and it would be returned after the test. As if understanding what they were saying, the snake didn't attack them and just walked away. The second match was won by the Yilong group of the King Yuan clan. Meanwhile, Wen Tianyu from the Falcon clan received a loser's mark from a hot iron. The match is still not over because the kingdom will only choose one winner, who will later be appointed as commander. The three of them had to fight until only one of them survived. Chu Hun, Yilong, and Jingong then argued because they didn't want to hurt each other. During the debate, a witch in a blue robe arrives who claims to be a friend of Yilong's father and invites the three of them to go to the mystical forest to reveal Yilong's identity. Arriving at the mystical forest, it was discovered that Yilong was the son of King Beiyan because he had a golden mark on his left arm. Knowing this, Chu Hun suddenly left Yilong, followed by Jingong, who tried to persuade him to return. But it was in vain. Even Chu Hun chased her away and threatened to kill Jingong if she continued to force him. Finally, she left him. Meanwhile, the sorceress tells Yilong that his destiny is to take over the throne of the Beiyan kingdom to prevent a war with the non-Zhao kingdom. Chu Hun, who was still in the forest, was suddenly met by Bi Nu, who realized that all this time, she had been restrained not because of her status as a slave but because of her desire for revenge. Bi Nu reveals that she will now forget her revenge and start a new life while leaving Chu Hun. On the other hand, Jingong, who was trying to return to Yilong, was blocked by Grand Tutor Guan's troops. Guan knew Jingong's group's intention to participate in the selection of the commander-in-chief, so Jingong began to be attacked by Guan's troops. Chu Hun, who came, tried to help her. Grand Tutor Guan, who wanted to capture Chu Hun, took Jingong as a hostage so that Chu Hun was willing to be arrested. However, Grand Tutor Guan lied because when Chu Hun surrendered, Jingong was killed in front of him. Chu Hun was brought by Grand Tutor Guan's troops to the kingdom to be executed in front of the king on treason charges. After that, it was revealed that Guan and his personal bodyguard were spies from the Beiyan kingdom who were deliberately assigned to spark war and destroy the non-Zhao kingdom. Not long after, Yilong found Jingong, who was still alive, but her condition was dying. She then tells him about Grand Tutor Guan's evil plan to kill the king. She begged him to save Chu Hun, who was brought to the palace to be executed. After telling him everything, Jingong finally died. After properly burying Jingong, Yilong rushed to the kingdom to save Chu Hun. At that time, Yilong secretly meets Wen Tianyu and invites him to thwart Grand Tutor Guan's evil plan to kill the king. Yilong added that if Grand Tutor Guan put a loser stamp on each cheek of a losing clan representative, it would only divide the clan. Tianyu, as the head of the Falcon clan who did not want his country to be destroyed by others, immediately summoned other clan members who wanted to return home and invited them all to save the kingdom. Meanwhile, Yilong goes to Chu Hun's execution site and tries to buy time by negotiating with the king to be allowed to fight against Chu Hun. In the commander selection rules, it said that they had to fight to the death to become commander-in-chief of the kingdom. At the same time, Yilong tried reviving Chu Hun's desperate fighting spirit so he wouldn't waste Jingong's sacrifice. Although it took quite a long time, Chu Hun finally regained his spirit. Realizing this, Grand Tutor Guan signaled the rebellion to begin. Finally, war broke out in the kingdom because it turned out that there were many Beiyan kingdom spies there. The battle was then used by Grand Tutor Guan to take the king to the place he had prepared to trap and kill the king. On the other hand, other clan members had arrived, and it looked like they were overwhelmed by the sheer number of Beiyan royal troops. Meanwhile, Chu Hun was dealing with Grand Tutor Guan's giant dog. Yilong was seen confronting Grand Tutor Guan's personal guard and managed to corner him until the guard saw the mark on Yilong's arm and found out that he was the long-lost crown prince of the Beiyan kingdom. The guard was caught off guard, so Yilong managed to stab him and made the guard pay his last respects to the heir of the Beiyan kingdom. On the other hand, Chu Hun looks quite troubled against the giant dog. Suddenly, Bi Nu comes to help and distracts the dog until she is attacked by the beast. At the same time, the clan members managed to kill the giant dog. After that, Chu Hun and Tianyu went to save the king, confined in a room. They both managed to break the door, and the king was saved. On the other hand, Grand Tutor Guan is trying to escape and is blocked by Yilong, who throws him back into the battle arena. At the same time, Chu Hun came and killed Grand Tutor Guan to save the kingdom and avenge him. After the war, the king expressed gratitude to the warriors who had saved him and his kingdom, especially Chu Hun and Yilong. For his services, Chu Hun was named commander of the kingdom. Yilong then made one request to be allowed to return the giant snake egg to its nest. After that, Chu Hun asked the king that Jingong be crowned as a royal hero who died defending the kingdom. At the end of the film, Chu Hun and Yilong are seen visiting Jingong's grave. Chu Hun promised to continue his brother's spirit to serve the kingdom until the end of his life, while Yilong planned to go to the Beiyan kingdom to carry out his duties as heir to the royal throne. The moral that can be learned from this movie is that a country will not be easily destroyed when all its people have a strong sense of unity.